And, whoa, look at Magoo. Magoo streaks into the...
Thorpe's got basketballs. They lock handlebars as they go through, but Thorpe's done.
Here comes Bradshaw to the outside of Bale. He takes over the number 2 position, and Bradshaw is not done. Crescendo now as they rev the machines and we're underway. The main event from Anaheim, round 3. Oh my goodness, did you see that move by Ricky Carmichael? And in a fight for second place, McGrath loses it. It looked like to Villeman.
Unbelievable. Looked like McGrath got the whole shot, but he couldn't get through that first jump sequence. The timing was just off. He had to slow down. He gambled. I think he'll go to the inside. It didn't work. Carmichael just shot into the lead. Now he's got a buffer back there.
Boy, will this be interesting, David Bailey, with Carmichael, Villeman, McGrath, and then Lusk behind McGrath.
Lusk is right there. Lusk is just as talented as Kevin Windham. We talk about the throttle control of those guys. Lusk will be there.
All the fans are standing here in Anaheim. McGrath starting to make his move on David Villeman in the whoops. Can't quite get him this time. Carmichael, Villeman, McGrath. Villeman looks back to see where Jeremy is.
That's over now.
Jeremy just blitzes by him going into that first turn.
Villeman's just too worried about what's going on with the other riders. He's not racing the track like he did last year.
Here we go again. Man against man. No lockers in front. They can break away. Carmichael and McGrath once again.
I have a feeling, talking with everyone, that McGrath's going to play a little bit different game here with Ricky up front. I don't think he's going to try to pass him a bunch of times and get in a battle. He's going to let the race settle in, make sure they're far enough ahead of third. That'll be the main thing. And then just put the pressure on Ricky. Let him deal with that for a little bit longer. Every time McGrath was passing him last week, Ricky had that energy and he was able to pass him right back.
The battle for third as Lusk and David Villeman, number 11, on the Team Honda in the whoops. Getting by Villeman, and Villeman slips back once again.
Yeah, Lusk, as I said, he'd be there, and he had to make that pass. It happened quick. He did it. Now he's going to set his sights on Jeremy.
Boy, this is a smart race season for Ezra Lusk, coming off that season-long Supercross injury of last year.
Now they're going nuts because McGrath just made up all that time with the fastest lap time of the night. Ricky can feel it.
55.5 seconds for Jeremy McGrath on the last lap. Here comes Jeremy. The crowd is so anticipatory. They're at the edge of their seats right now.
I think McGrath is having a good time right now. He loves this. He was bummed out in San Diego last week when he wasn't able to continue the battle.
Do you think he got overly exhausted with the back-and-forth battle early?
It's hard to say exactly what happened, but I think he just got a little flustered, and a few things went wrong for him. Some bad decisions with bike setup, tires, etc. And Ricky got a little gap on him, was able to triple through a section that Jeremy actually started. And Jeremy wasn't able to do it as clean in the main event, so he never got close enough to make that battle happen.
I think if Jeremy passes Carmichael, he'll handle it differently than he has in years past, because he just wants to get out of the West in the hunt. Here comes Jeremy, but a good angle by Carmichael. Bar to bar we go over the finish line. McGrath looks at Carmichael. Carmichael does not look at Jeremy, and Jeremy makes the pass.
Could you see that? Like through the whoops, he was setting it up. He went down wide, squared him again at the finish. Ricky comes right back.
Plastic. We could see a little more contact in this race if it stays close.
Well, I wouldn't put it past Ricky to get in there and bump a little bit. He has before, but I have a feeling that Jeremy, he doesn't like to have it done to him. I don't think he's going to dish it out unless he's really provoked. These guys have too much respect for each other. I think maybe right now, if Ricky can't stay with Jeremy, it's over, because Jeremy is so talented on this slick track, and he's so...
Distance between Carmichael on the Kawasaki and number 1 on the Mazda Yamaha, Jeremy McGrath.
See, McGrath, though, can run this pace with Ricky back there until his bike runs out of gas. Ricky's got to be closer than this to really bother Jeremy. Ricky knows he's not going to get tired either. He can ride this pace forever, but he's got to get up there a little bit closer, so it's a problem.
Look how slick it is right before that finish line jump, David.
See the way these guys handle that corner, too. Ricky getting his leg out in the air, so when he lands, it's one less thing to do. He can be that much quicker in the next corner. You see him, they're starting to really steer a little bit different and take the opposite line of what the main groove is so they can get out there in that darker, more loamy soil and hook up.
Let's go back to Davey.
Guys, it's kind of strange but high drama down here. I just talked to Debbie Pastrana, Travis's mom. He did not crash any this week. He hasn't had the flu, but they're going to take him to the hospital. They want to do a CAT scan. They think he might have some lingering problem. It's hard to tell, but they are going to take Travis out of the stadium and off to the hospital.
Maybe from that endo, Davey, you think?
Well, it's hard to tell. Nothing happened this week. Debbie, according to her, was with him all week. He was fine. He did not crash today. They really think that it might be food poisoning or something. They're just not sure.
I just hope it's not a lingering effect from the endo from San Diego.
Yeah, me too. It's unfortunate because he was putting together a really smart ride. He seemed to have learned from last week where he crashed several times, running a solid fourth. I talked to my dad this afternoon after practice. I asked him, how do you think Ricky's going to do?
To Edison International Field in Anaheim, California, and another barn burner between Jeremy McGrath and Ricky Carmichael. 4 laps to go, and RC has stepped up the heat on number 1. Can RC pass Jeremy one more time? They're headed for the whoops.
I don't care what these guys say. That's got to be on their mind a little bit.
Here comes Ricky Carmichael. Oh, and those whoops, he picks up the time, goes to the inside, can't get the block pass.
See, Jeremy's way out wide now. He can feel the pressure. It altered his lines. I don't think Jeremy rattles very easy, but Ricky's the guy that can do it right now.
Ricky Carmichael won the one-on-one affair in San Diego last week, and here he comes once again to put the pressure to the icon. The 7-time champion feels that pressure. He knows he cannot afford a mistake.
Well, he's been able to do it 71 times mistake-free, but this one really counts. This matters. This is for the momentum of this series. Whoever wins this race may just have the edge for the championship.
Jeremy has only been beaten twice in a row, 8 times, and he's in his 9th season. There's the lap time, the last lap. Oh, they bang! McGrath takes the lead. Almost gave it back to him.
I think he knew. I don't think he meant to run into Jeremy quite like that. He was committed. He's going, you know what? You can have it back because I don't want to pass you that way. I have a feeling that's what's going on in Ricky's head. And Jeremy probably appreciated a turn.
Still, Carmichael's within striking distance now. Nothing but clean passes in his victory in San Diego. But that's the respect and the sportsmanship that these two people have for one another. Ricky Carmichael comes up into the rear tire of Jeremy McGrath.
Here they are in the same section again. Watch Ricky's momentum.
3 laps to go as we go into the whoops.
He's faster through the whoops, Art, but it's not pretty. His feet are off the pegs. He's hanging on for dear life. He looks smooth everywhere else. That whoop section is cringe every time I see him go through there. He's riding on the edge.
Both bikes getting by the lapper with little harm. Well, this isn't like the 80s when you were out in front block passing with Ricky Johnson, etc.
No, if I had
you had to look out.
Yeah, it was bumper cars in those days, but now that it's been so long since we've seen any of that, Jeremy is, Davey Coombs brought it up one time, hey, it's like Jordan, if you touch him, it's a foul.
Ricky Carmichael still in pursuit of Jeremy McGrath with only 2 laps to go. The crowd sensing the excitement right now. They're on their feet.
Carmichael knows where he's faster than Jeremy, and he's just holding on to that right now.
Oh, Jeremy makes a little mistake. Carmichael to the inside, but Jeremy has great acceleration as he comes across the finish line jump. The white flag is waving. 1 more lap to go. This is an incredible race in Anaheim.
Jeremy better protect that inside this whole lap because Ricky will run it in there and make an ugly pass if he has to. He wants to win this race.
He showed him a tire there, David.
Jeremy can feel it. I don't think Jeremy's ever been this nervous ever in his career on the final lap.
Ricky Carmichael is forcing Jeremy to reach back to all of that experience, all of that knowledge that he acquired in winning 7 championships in 8 years.
Ricky's got to be close to have a chance in that whoop section, that final corner.
That's what it's going to come down to, it appears. They go on the triple. They'll go under the bridge. Into the whoops. Here comes Carmichael. The kickers for Jeremy.